Well, a Texas bus driver is adding an extra lesson in the day on the rides to and from school.
He regularly surprises kids with school supplies or turkeys for their families.
Curtis Jenkins.
Curtis Jenkins.
Please welcome Curtis Jenkins.
Now he's sharing how he is trying to change the culture.
Over the years, he has bought these kids bikes, backpacks.
Curtis Jenkins is not Santa. He's a school bus driver who set aside money from his paycheck to buy Christmas gifts for each student on his bus.
Curtis Jenkins' bus route is about building a community.
So I had heard several people talking about this bus driver, and I just kept hearing, Curtis the bus driver, Curtis the bus driver. You don't see a bus driver that when he drops them off, he gets off the bus and he walks them to the school door singing them songs. This bus driver's doing something different that I've never seen before, and I've been in education for 30 years. Who taught him that?
I was young when I moved to Texas. It was kind of a lot of violence going on. My mom was worried about me going to school. I got robbed one time walking to school. I only had 10 cents in my pocket. I had a .357 stuck in the back of my head. And they told me don't run or they would kill me. The guy was too much more older than me. There was a lot going on. That walk to school was longer than what you think. But that short walk was more dangerous than anything because anything can happen. Later on, when I got to high school, we had to ride the bus to school. And of course, pretty much the same thing was going on the bus. There was a lot of bullying going on the bus, dangerous bullying on the bus, kids throwing stuff out windows, being mean. It was rough on the bus and at school. The kids was real mean, real violent. Kids my age, violent. Kids shouldn't have to grow up with that type of stuff. Dr. Charles Tucker, he was a principal at that time. He would come and pull me down to his office and say, "Hey, what are you doing, Curtis?" Nothing. That's the problem. You're not doing nothing. I was looking at your grades and you're not doing as good. You know, at that time, the blacks and white was kind of segregated. I got in trouble by smiling at a white girl in my classroom. The teacher told me to smile at my own kind, and I really didn't understand that, but, you know, I got in trouble for it. Things built up. My mom, she prayed for us and talked to us about pretty much everything, but it's like it's still something that I didn't know how to get out. I didn't understand it. Dr. Charles Tucker was like, you need to get yourself back together. When you come in here doing good things, everybody around you do good things. You're a leader. But this guy, Charles Tucker, a white guy that I was taught that didn't care, telling me that I got a lot in me. Now I'm really confused. Charles Tucker, he called me one day and asked me, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm driving trucks." "Oh, that's so lonely, like, man, you wanna teach?" "Nah, I don't wanna do that." "You're gonna hurt a lot of people if you don't give them what you got." "What I got? I don't have nothing, man." "You got CDLs, right?" "Like, yes." "Well, you need to get over there and get on that bus and make that bus your classroom. You will be the principal. You will be everything. Give them what you got." My mom, Dr. Charles Tucker, these people saw things in me that I didn't even see in myself. Of course, my mom will see the things because she's my mom. Sometimes I just wish that she could be here just to see. Started off as a bus driver about 9 years ago. Some of the things in which I saw up as a child, I noticed some of those same things on my bus in different form, in different ways, in which kids were being segregated. We have to grow past that and let people know that You need to be better than the conditions in which you live.
Y'all remember all the rules? We all care about everybody on this bus and outside this bus.
One of our favorite things as a staff would be to be driving in to start our own work day, and there would be Curtis with his gaggle of bus kids, and he would have like a morning motivational meeting, and sometimes they would be doing calisthenics, or sometimes they would just be sharing with each other or listening to him.
I would let them understand that community need leaders, and we all are leaders. So I had to establish a community on my bus.
He would study every personality of every kid on the bus, and then he'd give them a role based on what he knew they needed to be a leader.
You know, kids would come to school, stomach hurt, I got a headache, Mr. Curtis, da-da-da-da. One of my children on the bus was a nurse, and she was like, what I'm gonna do? I just tell him it's gonna be all right. That's all you have to do, just pay attention to him. So she's a leader. Dennis was a little guy. He was the police. He wrote tickets to everybody. You could be just getting on the bus and you didn't even get all the way in the seat good. Dennis gonna be up behind you. That's one bus buck, you don't have the seatbelt on. They needed something to balance out all these tickets I was getting. Princess, she's the judge. Edwin, he was good with math and he liked money. So I made him the banker. David, the only qualification of the president on the bus was you got to be a 6th grader. I wanted to get them ready for middle school. That's a hard time of a kid's life. So I wanted them to find themselves. So I had the responsibility of looking out for everybody on the bus, make sure everybody was doing everything that they're supposed to do the right way.
I saw something in Curtis that you can't get in a degree.
What color is your favorite color?
I promoted him into a position, giving him a role where he would have a lot of influence out in the entire district.
You remember the first time I came in here?
Yes. Because at that time, I thought you were just a bus driver that did the great things for the kids. And I shared with you some of the things that was going on here. You said, that's why I'm here, because I want to introduce training back into the school system.
My dad most recently drove buses for Cedar Hill ISD. He just thought about it and he said, you know what? I could be doing the same thing because these kids, they need me. And that's what matters. You know, for me to be here in Richardson, he's proud, you know. He wants to make a difference in the lives of little kids who can grow up to be like us.
My classroom don't even have walls right now. It's the whole world. The whole world is learning. One of my teachers at the school, she took a picture and went in and tweeted the picture out, and it went viral over 140,000 times within a week. Went from that to newspapers, to magazines, TVs, now documentaries, so.
His love in just his words and the deepness of how they feel that relationship exists is proof that what we do, though often unseen, is so important.
Relationships is everything for a child, for an adult. Curtis, he has a gift for that.
He has an opportunity to impact 39,000 students when we're all said and done. But I have no doubt of the difference that he's going to make.
I'm gonna be one of those old guys that call up one of those kids one day, what are you doing? You know, David, you know you need to run for the president. What are you doing, Dennis? You know, yeah, they need a sheriff down here in Dallas. Of course, I've had people tell me, you crazy for doing what you're doing. My coworkers, you're crazy for spending your money for doing what you're doing. Man, we can't do that. We don't have money to do that. We can't drive them to the store. We can't pick them up. We can't give this. We can't provide that. So you don't need money to be kind. You don't need money to love. You don't need money to be mindful and to care about somebody.
My first day of school was scary, but Mr. Curtis made it feel much, much more better.
I always look forward to going in the bus because Mr. Curtis lights up my day.
He just is that type of person that's like, okay, you can do this, don't give up. Curtis is like a grandpa to me.
I wish he was my dad. That would be the best part of my day.
Just imagine, one me, one Dr. Tucky.
I want to help people when I grow up, just like Mr. Curtis does.
He inspired me just to listen. Sometimes you just got to listen to someone and make a difference. And then listening turned into a passion and made me want to do something different.
Thank you, Mr. Curtis, for changing my life.